podcast, another week. We're here. This week we're joined by the Spoken Word podcast. Introduce yourself, guys. We say you're good.
Yeah, we always do the introduction. Come on,
Good. Come on, say you're good. Names.
CJ, Jay the comedian.
Jay the comedian, also known as Jay,
aka
Jlafit.
Lose weight while you're gonna get in shape, get that right mentality, man. Get my man up, bro.
We're gonna plug all the Instagrams, all the socials down, obviously below, the YouTube, the Spotify, everything. But yeah, today we're gonna be talking on the Anton Ferdinand documentary recently with John Terry and that kind of those incidents. So like basically, obviously, if you haven't seen it, in what year was it? Like 2011. Now John Terry on the pitch, was he called Anton Ferdinand Black? Was it CUNT?
Black.
Yeah. And at the time, was it John Terry denied it initially? I think. Did you deny saying it?
Well, what he said. So obviously it happened time ago, and he said that. Well, he's trying to say in the documentary that he thought that he was calling him an effing CUNT.
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand.
But that doesn't make any sense. He said that to like you saw it in the interviewer,
He was like,
and I was like,
how? Yeah, that wouldn't make sense. Like, he was like, oh yeah, I thought you called me a fucking black cunt, but I didn't think you were saying it to me. I think you said it about himself.
On the pitch, but after when it happened, he went into the changing room and said to him, it was a bit of something about a bit of banter or something.
Yeah, like all cool after that. Like, what was going on? Yeah.
But what was mad though, what I never realised at the time was Anton Ferdinand didn't even hear it. It was a member of the public that filed a police report, I think.
Yeah,
that's what got the attention from the media.
Yeah.
Because obviously when John Terry went in the changing rooms or wherever to speak to Anton, he's like, it's all banned, you know. Anton's like, whatever, like he's confusing or so it's like, obviously. So you actually did say it then. Do you know what I mean? In a way, you're indirectly admitting saying it's all banned. So if you didn't say anything your end, then why would you say that? Because obviously you could say that Anton kind of initiated it because he could, you shag your Mrs. teammate, something like that. Or the whole Wayne Bridge. Was it Wayne Bridge or something? Yeah. And then you can see it clear as day. That, CUNT.
Yeah.
Well, bro, actually, he actually said in the documentary, he said actually looking back on it, what happened was that he said to Anton at the time, "Did you think I called you an effing?" Like, Did you think that I called you that at the time when it happened? But then he said to the people later on, obviously people that were interviewing him about he said I thought he was calling me that. So he said two different things.
He was saying like he didn't say. He was saying like I thought he said I said it to him.
He
said to he's like, obviously I didn't think he meant me. I think he meant himself. And that's when even Anton was like, that doesn't make sense. Like, why would I call myself that? Then like.
You see when it got to like the court case, you did beat the case and John Terry beat the case, and then it was the FA that actually found him guilty. But that's mad. Like the court was like, nah, it's not. So what I'm trying to get my head around, obviously, because I got there a bit late, obviously with the documentary myself. So a member of the public heard the fans, like
that's what was reported on, because Anton didn't even hear it. So I think he filed a police report actually. The member of public. That's what happened. Like you said, he beat the court case, but the effort, which is
doesn't make any sense.
That gets me mad. That on its own. Do you know what I'm saying? And that was a year later. That was like about like a year later. So
you see, like just to go off topic, like really quickly, you see, like obviously, I'm guessing you also the Millwall fans, like booing, and West Ham as well. I think as well. Like you see with that, you see the FA have obviously taken John Terry and like I think they fined him and banned him. What do you think they should do about fans now that are not supportive of that kind of thing?
Like what kind of?
I mean, it's Millwall. What do you expect?
I know that I said that myself, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Look, I feel like more and more when fans are coming back to stadiums, you're gonna see better fans do it.
That's what I'm saying. And
do you know what? It's actually, we've actually got a point there because you think about it. There's been the fans have been absent while this Black Matters thing has been going on. Black Lives Matter thing has been going on in the ground. They've been purely watching it from their TV, so you'll see people doing for their TV. Another stadium, they're gonna go and do it.
That's what I'm saying. They're doing it, and I feel like even today, like you see Spurs playing Arsenal, obviously at what for. I feel like Spurs fans, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sorry if you're a Spurs fan,
them and Chelsea
too. But Chelsea obviously.
They threw a banana.
Aubameyang. It was Aubameyang at the Emirates. They threw a banana at him.
And remember when Son put his studs up to Rudiger? Was it Rudiger?
That was Chelsea. Chelsea.
And there was apparently alleged, racial abuse from the fans as well.
And the Raheem Sterling thing as well. Like, obviously they were shouting something at him.
So they're gonna have 2,000 fans? Is that the Emirates or?
No, it's at Spurs. It's at Spurs.
Okay, at Spurs, yeah.
Yeah.
So expect racism there, guys.
100%. 100%.
The racism just give us daily news, man. We're talking about the Anton Ferdinand, and I was talking about what happened yesterday with football.
No, but with that as well, like there's a lot of people, as we've said so many times, against. Like, I don't. The thing is, they call it like a political movement, the Black Lives Matter, when it's literally just stop killing us in the game.
Yeah.
But like,
the thing
it's just all
is, I'm not for the BLM, the actual party, what they represent. I think there's a lot of false lies, narratives they produce. But the saying Black Lives Matter, of course, I'm 100% down. Of course, I'm saying Black myself. You know what I'm saying? So, but the whole BLM, like the movement, I'm not the biggest fan of them. Do you know what I'm saying? But in terms of with Premier League football, see they got kicked out. Was it no to racism?
What's it really doing to be honest?
Yeah, even in that documentary, the guy was like, he was like, the FA, the ones that like pay us essentially, they're our bosses. It's like, if the FA don't really want to change it,
what's your opinion on that though? Do you think you should be saying to the FA, look, well, what's the point of having me if you're kind of telling me I can't really say
you weren't talking on
Troy Townsend.
Yeah. Okay.
So he was Anton visited him in a documentary and he spoke to him, but he was trying to say to him like he can't, despite him being like, what's his position again in the
was he like the head of it?
Something, head of
it.
That he can't really.
He's like, I can't take as much of a stand as I want to. Like, he's like, every time I feel like I speak out, I feel like there's someone that's going to get me in trouble for it.
Yeah.
So it's like, he kind of said like, he felt a bit muted, but I was a bit like...
The thing is, like,
the bold black dog.
Yeah.
He's just a mouthpiece, isn't it, man?
You got to be careful with your words as well, because the thing is, like, they're proper, like, if you say one thing, if you make like a statement about like racism and you try and back black people, if you say one thing that's a little bit, we said it about, you know, the whole thing with like anti-Semitism and you say one thing out of line, you're done.
Come on, they get you, boy. Them man there.
It's like
look on the Wiley.
With the kick it out thing, it's just gonna be like if he says one thing wrong or tries to do something that the FA don't like, as you lot said, he's finished.
So why would the FA pay for this thing in the first place though?
It's just all the front.
Do you know what? It's true.
It's a bit like businesses that are like, oh, we've improved our diversity. They put it all over their things because obviously they hear the quote. We're not.
So you like
racist because
who was it? It was in Tesco or Sainsbury's. They did the and then you saw like a couple of days later, it was either Tesco or Sainsbury's, vice versa. They took out the black couple that were meant to be on the advert. To try.
Do you think that's a problem? Because I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a lot of Tesco adverts, not in Christmas, and there's normally like a black person in it. But I think there's that whole advert where it's just like going through the aisles, like that, like scanning stuff.
And he's on Sainsbury's advert.
No, so Sainsbury's did that, and then Tesco, like there was she's a model, and there was like two black people that were meant to be part of the Tesco advert.
Okay.
And they got like cut from it, but I think like in that industry, I think that's just standard. Like they will take parts and cut it. But in my mind, it wouldn't make sense for Tesco to do that.
But Tesco obviously done it because they saw the backlash that was at Sainsbury's got, so now they're like, oh, let's get rid of this black.
That's the thing, but I don't think Tesco did do that because there's another Tesco advert that's literally, you know, they've now got a club card thing, like they've got a club card, price go down. That's a black lady that's going through. I was doing that, so
yeah, but they don't like it. They like seeing it when it's like someone doing like shopping, a delivery driver or something, or like on the tills or something like that. But when it's like a nice, you know, middle class maybe black family. It's alright for the white public, you know what I'm saying?
Seems like it was just an all black family. If that like one could like advert, that person's only be like a second clip of them and that man together.
Do you know what the saddest thing about it is though? These people, some of these people that relate more to a carrot, was it the they relate more to that than people.
Yeah, that's the thing. They were like, because I saw people saying that it was like or like the little adverts, or the little oldies adverts, the whole carrot, but you can't relate to a black person because that's you can't read a carrot that hasn't like.
Yeah. What I was gonna say, like bringing it back to obviously the Anton Ferdinand thing, I saw like I want to talk on like if any of you lot have experienced like any kind of racism in football, but first I was reading on the way here like he wants to sit down with John Terry and kind of go through like what happened for you, going forward. Like if someone racially abuses you or says something out of line, do you feel you should educate them, or do you feel? What's your opinion on him sitting down with Terry now and going through that? Do you think that's good, or do you think that's?
I don't think Terry wants to, because even at the end of the documentary,
he declined. I'll
email and like nothing.
I'll answer that question in a minute. What I'll say is, So at the end of the thing, he said he didn't actually speak to him directly. He tried to get him in touch with his representative.
Yeah.
So he's waiting, and he was waiting, and then eventually he declined it because he was trying to say, "Oh, whatever happened was dealt with at the time."
Yeah.
At the time ago, he didn't want to talk about it. As a defender, top defender, like
Of course,
of course. But as a person, it's like
I don't care, man. He's not my top 5. I don't care, bro.
Just
When
because
people compare him and Rio, bro, the people before the race, I was like, always Rio, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
What I'll say is that to your answer your question about should you say educate.
Well, just even sit down and trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, go on.
Do you know what? I'll say it depends on does the person even want to be educated, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If they do, nah, but
personally,
it's one of them ones where if, say, someone says something that's out of line or I can tell they're a racist and they don't want to learn, I don't care about you, cool, go and do.
That's why I say that.
If you said something that's out of line and you want to learn why that was wrong,
100%,
cool,
100%.
That's why I'm saying if Terry, as you said, came out and said, I admit I did it wrong, I want to learn now, cool, but it doesn't sound like he does. But that's what I'm posing to you, innit? Like, would you, I guess, say if someone, maybe at first they said something out of line but they weren't willing to listen, would you continue to try and for how long, or would you like?
I think you do have to. You do have to.
Just
when would you guys say is the limit? Like,
that's kind of what I'm trying to get.
Like, because obviously this happened like what 9-10 years ago. Would you think it was like worth Karen trying to talk about it?
Well, no.
Yeah. Because I feel like if he wanted to do it, he had a whole 9 years to like you know what I actually did do wrong.
Yeah, but I do not respect for that documentary, Jordan Henderson, man.
Yeah, big him up.
I big him up for that. And I can tell. I think it's genuine.
Yeah.
Literally, he wants to like, you know, he's understanding like this stuff. But the person he visited his QPR coach, you know, Warnock, who saw that, and then, I don't know, but he kind of like went off the screen up the stairs.
Got the vibe, like.
He went up the stairs.
Because it's a whole education thing. It's so much deeper than football now.
Yeah,
because you've got different types. You've got covert racism. You've got systemic racism. You've just got racial banter now. If you have a racial banter, if John Taylor wants to call Anton Ferdinand effing black C&T in a group chat or behind closed doors, you do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in the public, that's different. Because let's not beat around the bush here. We might all have racial banter between ourselves, innit? Or groups and all that, you know what I'm saying? But we know.
Yeah, bro, that's.
Do you know what I'm saying? But when it comes in the public, it's something different. Yeah, and as what I'm about to say, it all comes to education. Yeah, where. So we do have enough time to talk about this whole racism. It's a big topic, man.
Well, a lot of time.
A lot of time. But another thing I want to raise as well, where I want to ask this question: Why did it take Anton now to do the documentary?
That's actually interesting.
That's 6 years ago. Why not? What happened?
I feel like the climate for him now is easier.
It suits him. Whole BLM, the George.
Yeah, no. But wait. On that. I know what you're gonna say as well, maybe, but some people, like even myself, I was gonna ask you this later. Obviously, if you've experienced racism maybe at a younger age, you don't know how to handle it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe for him, like I know he's maybe like in his later 20s by this point. But some people, like they find it hard. Like it is in a sense, it's traumatic, kind of. Do you get what I'm saying? So maybe, as you said, it's a better climate now where Black Lives Matter. More people speaking out. There's more like action against racism. People are taking a knee.
I feel like
maybe he feels like now. I feel like more confident to come out and share my story.
He did say to the documentary that at the time.
Well, one thing you're saying, I don't know, but look at what Colin Kaepernick lost everything. He's speaking out against everything.
True. So he's
everything.
I know for a fact where both the Ferdinand brothers, they're raised in an environment where you speak for yourself, you stand up for yourself, no matter what. They're both raised in that type of environment. Look at what he's mixed race, isn't it? Anton. His mum's white. Back in like late 70s and early 80s, that white person, black person mixing together, that was frowned upon. It was illegal at one point, and he legalized in like the late 60s. He was getting spat. Apparently, he was getting spat on or something. Or something. His mum's getting N-word lover, blah blah blah. So it's like you come from that environment where I'm not trying to shit on Anton enough. I'm just saying like you should have been a bit more vocal at the time.
But my thing is like I can't really. I don't know how you can. I feel like, in my opinion, you can't really blame the victim for when they think it's right.
I'm not blaming the victim.
No, but I'm saying like I don't think like as a general, you can't be like, oh maybe he should have spoken like earlier. If that makes sense. Yeah. Like if he wasn't ready, because like obviously his experience was that as a kid, Like he might be like, do you know what? That's not the best experience. I don't want to go through that again.
Yeah, could have been.
And he did say like because his mum died like during this period and stuff. He was like, oh, she had cancer.
He blamed himself a bit for that and all that stuff.
He just seemed like he was like blaming himself. So I think it's probably taken him a long while to get over it. Like he even went to a therapist and thing, didn't he? He was like, she was like.
It affected him. You can, because even Millwall in the doc said, I could see he wasn't focusing. He wasn't the same player after that.
Yeah.
But you brought up a good point before about Anton's wife.
Oh, she pissed him off.
I didn't see that.
So what I'll say about that, do you know what? Obviously, you say it was in a minute, but what I'm gonna say is like, so I saw that bit, and it's like, that's the disparity. Obviously, in an interracial couple, some couples understand the whole thing, some don't understand it. Some of it's not even always their fault anyway. Yeah. But what I'll say is that I can understand something of what she's trying to say, because she's thinking about, she's just thinking about of a partner, don't get upset, but at the same time, you say you need to understand it from his point of view, because your kids are interracial as well. They can be affected by you. Shouldn't you? Say, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna say, so you're saying
the same thing, yeah. Because this was just like, oh yeah, like I know. Well, he's like, I know my wife doesn't want me to do it. I was kind of like thinking like, wow. So.
You would say that though. You're living in a lavish life.
Yeah. Like, you're comfortable.
Then she have a watch on the side, or especially
she was chilling. Like no matter what happened,
you would say that.
She doesn't want him to come and do this talk or
she was like, She was like, she's basically saying like I was really skeptical. Like I'd rather he didn't do it if like there was an option, because obviously she was like. To be fair, she did say like it was mainly because like I don't want him to have to like go through it all again. Yeah. Which is like it's fair enough.
Yeah.
But then like he was making the point like I suppose you could say he's an influential like mixed race black person. Yeah. Like he feels like it's his duty to now speak up on something that affects him, because it's still like happening.
He saw a female footballer, so she's also as well, and she experienced something like this, and then she spoke out, and he was like, oh. He wishes that he was like her, and like she's actually inspired him, you know, to feel like he should come out more now, and it's like, so it's one of those ones. Some people feel like they should, and some people feel like they shouldn't.
Yeah. So like Rio set the example as well, as like, don't particularly go the route that I went, where I kept silent for so long, it affected me for so long. You know what I'm saying? I think he even blamed himself for his mother's death, and all that. Like, just look at that, and then because obviously players now have got the platform.